Well, I don't need that anymore.
All 8 eyes studied the one so willing to walk into their own tomb.
So I can't attack it when it's in that mode. Goes away really quickly. Glad I have the burning effects. The moment it hits me, it actually takes a bunch of damage. I was dropping a lot of potions now. It's kind of keeping me alive. And that 8 damage I will happily take. I think the other spider does more damage. Oh, it's almost dead. Come on, jump.
Creature howled in anguish as death slowly beckoned to bestow its peace.
Well, there it went. And we got something. Can I see what I have? Oh, that's the journal. So, Kadipo Caves, missing caravan. The caravan went missing several days ago. Due to the cave's proximity to the grove, Drake called in that favor I owe him. Maybe now he can let that whole fiasco in the barren seas go. Rhea, forgive me for thinking wood float on water, but I digress. We continue to search for the caravan in the morning. Field report, Adam.
The Bergson could go no further. The path blocked. The life crystal, as if filled to the brim with life, started to pulse. A way had opened, a step closer to the spirit at the heart of the caves. But before taking that step, caution dictated a return to home to inform the family of the newfound passage.
So that's clear. So found the the generis mushroom. You found the journal and found manuscript of precision.
Worried for the missing boy, Ben thought that maybe he should have hidden the daggers better. Margaret, in her wisdom, knew that nothing would have remained hidden from Kevin forever. Now she only encouraged her son and his daughter to hurry and find him. Kevin returned from his saga with barely a scratch, yet he found no appreciation from his family, especially his father. Despite having Linda on his side, his father was still mad at him for endangering himself and worrying them all, including his pregnant mother. His favorite line, asking how he could be so inconsiderate. He wondered whether Uncle Ben would understand his bravery and initiative better. With his heroic act unrecognized, the young boy waited, frustrated, expecting more punishment. What Kevin had not expected was his parents' reaction. Heartened by his courage, his father was going to teach him the ways of battle, and his mother was far from the frail and always worried housewife she had seemed. A Bergson through and through, she gave him her blessing and asked only that he temper his courage with caution. Perhaps Uncle Ben was the happiest of them all. Not only had his nephew held his own in combat, but had done so with the weapons he had made for him. Kevin only wished his older brother Mark was there to witness his rise to the family calling. Defeated, the Spider King had been removed from the path leading to the halls of Anaadiah, although the pestering of greedy goblins might still prove dangerous along the way. Uncle Ben was pointing out possible routes forward, speaking of the troubles pilgrims had run into in the lost trenches.
So let's see, library, Book of Rhea. I would unlock this one. Increases the bergsons' critical chance. Oh, that increases max health. The armor up. So it's not really an armor up, it's more like a health up. So let's go warfare. And better efficiency for the obelisks. Lost trenches. For centuries these dark caves have been home to the goblin tribes. So we now can select Kevin. Don't know if he's strong enough to fight on a second level. Well, one way to find out.
Scattered bones, stripped clean of flesh, lay in stark contrast to the dead left untouched. Hunger and malice thrived in lost trenches, the new residence of the goblin hordes.
Kevin is quick and stealthy. With each hit he stacks frenzy. The more frenzy he has, the quicker his attacks become. The color of the frenzy bar changes to represent the amount of frenzy. Frenzy depletes over time. So the more I combo, the faster he becomes. Oh yeah, he's fast. Oh, this is insane. He just decimated the enemy. Like his strength is his damage, it's its insane speed. So continuous attacks become stupid. But he is in a really low range. And they start slow. He's really useful. But he's probably not a tank. So I'm guessing the problem is he starts slow. And this might be a problem. Well, never mind. I do need health. What a level up. Well, found the exit. And what's this? Blood Oath. Divine Grace. Nearby enemies take damage when you are attacking or attacked. So if they hit me, they take damage. So there's still some spaces up on top. So not all chests have stuff in them. Well, something small.
Trying to catch her breath. Too fast. The sacrifice was the nearby people needed.
Oh, that damage. It does seem to regenerate quickly. I should probably look at his abilities. Frenzy, Successful attacks stack together, sending Kevin into a focused frenzy. Increasing attack speed, so guessing it's an upgrade from the other one. Raise a flurry of knives in all directions around Kevin. Let's get the active ability.
These refugees would not soon forget seeing the bergsons fight for them.
Totem of Anahit. Create a totem that slows enemies. That could be useful. If I survive long enough to use it, at least. There's nothing in there. Or at least as far as I can tell. Oh, that's the last area.
Kept in check by a ne'er-dyer's will, the goblin hordes never dared to linger in her caves. Their place was in the bloodless forest, banished for their brutality.
Well, that almost killed me. That will most likely kill me. Yep.
As the conversation turned to the progress of the corruption, Mary was curious to know which village had been attacked this time. However, that worry gave way to panic when Lucy entered. Poor beasts, all slaughtered. Maybe something had infected them. The corruption was on their doorstep now.
So here's something.
The goblin bandits had been preying on a ne'er-dyer's pilgrims with unprecedented cruelty, removing the evil to help those who had taken refuge in the caves. Ben had heard that the goblin's siblings' lair was somewhere in the lost trenches. Bergsons had to deal with those two as soon as they could.
So that looks like the only thing I can do. Let's just increase the stats a bit. Probably increase damage. It's becoming really expensive now. So lost trenches. Let's use Linda. Because she should have an ability. Yeah, so she increases the speed of everybody. Increases dodge chance. Yeah, that did a lot of damage. They can aim really well. Let's just get a bunch of gold. I think those also have a chance to drop relics and stuff. The range on those. Oh, that's health that I needed. They're attacking me from across the... or I should say outside of my visual range. Let's just open these. So it's all been gold for now. That's not too horrible. That basically stats increases. Yeah, they attack you from outside of your visual range.
While painful for a mother to see her son in sickness was still better than missing him for so long. Mary knew that she would make caring for Mark her mission. Mark had to warn them about the dangers approaching, despite how difficult it was to talk. He started naming the villages that were evacuated, or worse, taken over by the corruption, but soon succumbed to fatigue and fell asleep. Mary recalled hearing of an herbalist in Caldipo Caves that would have the yarrow at hand needed to treat Mark. The Bergsons would once again need to brave the treacherous caves in search of the herbalist. The past holds both the joy and bitterness of time. Sheila could help them, as John said, but Ben could not bring himself to overlook the sting of their past relationship. She knew where it was coming from. Her ancestors had spoken of such corruption flooding down the mountain, but Grandma Margaret wanted to know what it was, and what needed to be done to destroy it.
So I got increased critical chance. Let's increase health first. And probably go for John for a bit. It's probably the easiest one to control. Well, basically, you can kill an entire army.
Finding the herbalist was the most pressing matter. The healing herb needed to be taken to Mary as soon as possible.
Another one for fortune. Well, that killed one. More golds. What's that one? Oh, racing increases faster. There's a potion. That's a horrible enemy. I'm completely frozen. And the exit. And most likely a relic. Scepter of Proficiency. Increased critical hit chance. So there's an entire bottom area still. Better off using those than not at all.
One held a gift. Two hit ferocious creatures. It was the lady or the tiger with the bergson.
So let's go straight to the middle. Wrong choice. That's a new enemy. So it's a spellcaster. And that's it. That hurts. Oh, so you can actually kill creatures with spikes and stuff, but they won't trigger on them. I should just teleport. Really low health though.